What are we going to do? Countdown.
Okay.
4.
Are we recording?
3.
Yet? Oh, we are.
Oh, we are. Oh, my God, everybody. It's time.
No, we didn't do the countdown yet.
Ready
Wait.
for barbecue Banter.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, keep going.
Mike Barber and Mr. Know-It-All.
Oh,
Hey, everybody. Cheers.
Tim
Welcome
Hortons
to the show.
serves beer now.
Yeah.
Listen to the clunk.
Okay, we're here. Mike, we're live. Hey, Mike, what's on the barbecue menu?
All right, so real quick here, we're going to talk about strange foods.
Okay.
It's beaver tails, and then we're going to talk about cooking technique, which is salting, tenderizing.
Yes.
Then we're going to do a what the hell moment.
What
We're
the
going to talk
hell?
about marketplace or Kijiji and all the funny stories with that.
F&A, man.
And then you've got an email that's come in, talking about that, and then talking about a funny story about Lisa.
Oh, my girlfriend once again, guys.
That's her right there.
I fucked up. Hi,
then,
Lisa.
Then we're going to do the baked beans, which is the 30-minute recipe or less. And final thing, we're going to talk about a few things in the Durham region. So, yeah.
Durham, Ontario, where we're located. Anyways, yes, everybody. So welcome. So let's start off with beaver tails.
Beaver tails!
I remember the beavers when I was young. We're not talking beaver tails, guys. Food.
I can't read now.
No.
Okay, so there's two different types
Canadian.
of beaver tails.
Yes.
Two. One is a pastry, which we're going to show you right now.
Yep.
And it's really just looks like a flat, I don't know, apple fritter.
Right up here, Mike.
Yeah, man.
Everybody look.
So that's
Yeah.
what we're going to do right now. We're actually going to taste them. They're really just like...
We get to eat today, everybody. Love it. Food. I'm a foodie.
Okay, so let's talk about this. Beaver tails themselves. So there's two parts. One is actually the delicacy, which is more of a, like I say, sugary dish. And they've got them within the picture. You can see there's like fillings on them.
Yeah.
Really nice. And then there's the other one, which we're going to try, which is actually beaver tail. The real beaver tail. And it's cooked.
Us
Which
Canadians,
is-
man, we're crazy people.
Flat tail of the beaver. It looks gross, man.
It does, eh?
Oh, yeah.
So much so.
High in protein.
Yeah.
Indigenous people of the north have had this for centuries because, yeah, they have beavers. Which, yeah. The other thing that's really neat about the beaver tails is actually, you know what they do with the skin?
Do tell, Mike.
Okay.
Well, you're going to tell me anyways.
They make high-quality men's wallets with it.
Okay. We don't leave nothing in the garbage. The skin for the wallets, the food to eat. It's all about the beaver.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? Not only that, guess what else we do with the beaver? We put it on our nickel.
Try it.
No, it's on our. It's
Oh, yeah,
our
yeah.
currency. It's beaver, Canadian currency. The nickel, the 5 cents, is right on there. We got a beaver on our nickel. God darn it!
It's good.
Oh,
Really
this.
good.
Yes.
Yeah, the beaver tail.
Oh, you know what? It's my first time trying real beaver tail today, Mike.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
We had it shipped in from Ottawa.
Yep.
So, really
The capital
good
of
stuff.
Canada.
Okay, next on our
Yes.
list
What do we got
is
next here?
Barber's cooking techniques. So today you're going to talk about salt, tenderizing.
Tenderizing.
So,
Now, guy,
take it away.
Yeah, thank you, Mike. Okay, guys, I know we talked about marinating steaks or meat, and this is not exactly the thing as I should say the same as marinating. Tenderizing is for tough pieces of meat that we buy, the steaks that, you know what I mean? I can't afford personally the T-bones and the real tender steaks. And sometimes I'll just buy the cheaper meat. And the trick is tenderizing it before you marinate it. Marinating is for flavor for the most part. If you have, and by the way, guys, there's different ways of tenderizing. How about the mallet? I forgot to grab the hammer. The hammer.
This is a hammer, okay?
Yeah. You can pound the meat, right? Pound it, Mike. Or you can velvet the meat. Now that's a Chinese process. When you order Chinese food and you have the beef and broccoli or whatever, they do it with baking soda. Okay, slow cooking, low and slow. You're breaking down the collagen and the fibers that make meat tough. And then, of course, the last one is the pounding of the meat with the holes in it that you see over on the left, Mike. If you could grab that. All the spikes sticking out.
I was playing with this earlier.
That's another one. You could hurt yourself with one of those, Mike. Anyways, so today, guys, what I've been doing, and I prefer that way. Let's bring it right up to the camera. So, a teaspoon of kosher salt, per side, okay? Or any type of coarse salt. Coarse salt.
Coarse salt?
Well, coarse salt. For every 1 inch, you leave the salt on both sides for 1 hour. So, just an example, Mike, 1/2 inch of steak, salt for 30 minutes. It's that simple. Now, once you finish doing this and the time's up on the 30 minutes to the hour on the steak, rinse it good, pat it dry with paper towels. Get that super dry and rinse well. But don't add more salt. And there it is. You now tenderize, then you marinate it afterwards.
Nice.
That's it.
Perfect.
We're done.
Well done.
Hopefully it helps everybody and, save some money on a tough piece of meat.
And also, we're going to do other segments on this, on techniques, of talking about the different types of tools for marinating as well.
Right.
So, sounds good.
Yeah.
All right.
Cool.
All right, moving on. We're
Moving
going
on.
to go to our
What are we doing?
what the hell moment.
What the hell?
Oh, yeah.
So these are topics that Mike and I come together on and talk about. So this one here is about Marketplace and Kijiji, which are
Me,
our
Mike,
two.
love buying and selling.
Yeah, so we buy stuff. So we're going to talk about some of the stupid things that really bug us about these.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
do you have a story real quick or what?
Well, my story is basically the back and forth I go on texting people that are buying stuff from me, or I'm buying from them, whatever the case may be, and then it's like, for example, I can ask an item for $100, Mike. Mm-hmm. They'll offer me $20.
What the hell?
Low bidders.
What about you?
Well, it's a lot.
You mentioned one the other day to me.
Actually, just today, because I went just before the
Oh,
show. I
that's
went to
right.
pick. I was
That's
going
right.
to pick up a couple
Yeah.
things. Or I said originally it was a house, and then I get there and it's an apartment. So naturally, I have no way of contacting the guy because I don't have Wi-Fi. So I had to go back and forth to Tim Hortons to message with this guy, and then I finally got the damn stuff. And then I was late for my doctor's appointment. It was great.
Yeah.
Here's a couple
Anyways.
more that really pissed me off. Number one, they put free on the ad.
They put what?
Free.
Yes.
You look at it and go,
Yes,
oh, and,
yes.
and then the title goes, free. And it goes, and you go to it and it goes, yes, give me a call. I'm asking our best offer for this. It's not friggin' free. Anyway, I get pissed off.
I would too. It's frustrating. Thanks, Mike.
He's hyper here. It's great.
I know.
All right, so the next thing we're going to talk about here is emails.
MG Barber 2014 at gmail.com.
Perfect.
Yeah. Yes.
So this is an
Oh.
email you've got talking a
Debbie
little bit.
from Pickering, Ontario. She says, after living both in Louisiana for a few years and Texas, and I said, yes. Basically, Debbie says, what do I prefer, Mike? I like them both. And I'm sorry, I don't have a favorite here. Louisiana, for instance, it's got the gumbos, it's got the boudin sausage, it's got the crawfish étouffée, which now I'm in Canada, I can't get crawfish, I make shrimp étouffée. Look it up. By the way, if everybody goes to my Facebook, BBQ Banter Facebook page, I think I've done the étouffée with shrimp on that one. I did a recipe there. Anyways, that's Louisiana. You go over to Texas, hey, Mike, it's a no-brainer. Comes down to brisket. Pulled pork, Texas style.
Yeah.
A lot of salt and pepper and cook it for 15 to 20 hours, y'all. But yeah.
And we've done it.
Yeah.
You've done a show on that already. So
I have.
We'll actually put little blips in that as well. And we should do another one. And we can go
Of us
through.
doing a brisket, you mean?
Yeah, like we can
Yeah.
take the video work we've done.
Oh,
and
yeah.
actually, and redo it and talk about brisket again.
So hopefully that answers your question, Debbie. All right.
Next on the list here is we always put in here a little section for funny stories that happened during the week with us. So you have a funny
Ooh.
story about your girlfriend Lisa.
Love you, baby.
Tell us about what happened to her when, and I've heard this story. Not like I don't know. When she was,
She's kind of smiling now.
yes, she's watching us talk about her.
All right, guys. So I go to bed earlier than Lisa does. And I like my room super dark. Door closed, lights off, not a crack of light coming in. I just like it pitch black. Lisa, being the beautiful girl she is and trying to, take care of me, she creeps into the room, the lights off in the house, coming up the stairs, opens up the bedroom door. Now, we have a big dog, as you guys see on our show, Kaylee. And this dog sometimes lies right on her side of the bed on the floor. Guess what? Exactly. She walks in the door, pitch black, the room, trips almost over the dog, hits the side of our king-size bed, and I mean, I shook the whole friggin' bed. I woke up, and all I hear is, oh my God, and she's hit the floor. And nosedive to the floor. I'm going, baby, you all right? Now it's pitch black. I'm trying to get off my side of the bed, crawl around and touch the bed as I'm going around because there's no light switch nearby.
Yeah.
And all I know is that she's down for the count on that ground next to her dog. And I figure she broke a hip.
So the other thing she was saying upstairs a little while we were talking
so
about
bad.
it is the fact that when she was gone, she went to reach for the bed, so she couldn't find the bed.
Right.
So there was no midterm at all between stopping herself. It was right to the floor.
Yeah, she tells the story, I know.
Oh, my God.
I felt so bad, Mike. I felt so fucking effing bad.
Why are you laughing?
So, anyways,
We're-
we're about to do
Your
right?
30-minute or less recipe. So hit
it's
it.
foodie time.
Get your appetite ready. From backyards to across the globe. From novice to expert. It's time to make it low and slow, y'all.
BBQ Baked Beans by Mike Barber.
I finally got
I
to the
kind of like
button.
that.
I have to label those things.
Us men, eh? We're such big kids, eh?
All right, so give
Sound
us
effects and
your
all.
recipe.
Okay, guys, amazing recipe. Grab your pen and pad again. And again, it's going to be on our YouTube channel, right, Mike? Documented. So we got a pound of ground beef, 1 pound of ground beef, 80-20 ratio, a little bit of fat in there, and that 20%, Mike, I mentioned that before.
Lean.
It adds flavor to your meat, the fat content. We want a minced small onion, 2 tablespoons of dry or liquid mesquite flavored seasoning mix. Now, guys, I don't put, you can buy little bottles of flavor hickory or mesquite at your grocery store here in Canada, but it's a liquid smoke. I will take my beans and take it out to my smoker. If you got a smoker at home, I don't put that in with my beans. I would put it in and get real smoke on it. Anyways, going on to say, how about 2 28-ounce can of baked beans such as Bush's Original? Some people will boil and make their beans from scratch. I buy the Bush's. It's a good quality thing, saves me a lot of time. But here's the key thing that us Canadians, I think it's a Canadian thing, is a 1/4 cup of the black dark molasses. Adds so much flavor and sweetness to your beans. 3/4 of a cup of brown sugar, 3/4 of a cup of barbecue sauce. Stubs is one of my favorite Stubs out there. STUBB''S. Stubs, yeah, barbecue sauce. 2 teaspoons of dry mustard powder, 2 pinches of cayenne pepper, or to taste accordingly. Anyways, if you guys don't have a smoker like I do, preheat your oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit, and there you go. Place it in the oven. Now, the thing is, place the ground beef, onions, and mesquite seasoning in a large skillet over medium-high heat to begin with, by the way, before that goes in the oven, I meant to say. And keep stirring it for 10 minutes or until the beef is brown and broken up into crumbles. Then once you do that, transfer the mixture into a huge baking dish. Glass baking dish is what I've got upstairs. Drain the excess liquid, mix in the baked beans, the molasses, the brown sugar, barbecue sauce, dry mustard powder, and cayenne pepper. Mix until the sugar is dissolved, guys. And then bake or smoke the dish, or both, for 20 minutes or until the beans start to bubble. Guess what, Mike?
What's up?
It's time to all day long. Mine usually hits me right away. But anyways, it's all good.
So what's interesting going through your recipe here is
Yes,
that's
what's
a lot
that?
of beans. 'Cause
I know.
That's like 8 cups of beans.
Is
I just
it?
did the calculation on it. Yeah.
The 228 ounce cans, yeah. But
Yeah. And it's going to be posted on the YouTube, so you
it
can
will.
see that.
Check it out, guys. Cheers.
Nice. Okay. So the last thing we're going to talk about here is just some of the local stuff here, which I just threw away, which is
Okay.
really great because I can't read it because it's on another side of the table.
There you go.
We're going to talk about a couple of local things that have been in the news.
Durham, Ontario.
First one we're going to talk about is Zellers. Zellers is coming back to Canada.
Mike, is it a Z or a Z?
Is it Zedlers or Zellers? I don't know. I'm just saying that, I think it's more Canadian the way you said
It is. Zellers.
So Zellers is coming back.
Yes.
Limited
That
amount
really
of stores.
surprises me.
Yeah. They really took a butchering and dived. And
Are
It was
they going to
back in-
restyle everything?
I think so, because that was part of the problem in the very beginning is they actually didn't understand the Canadian economy and what people were looking for. So, and what I've heard is that the stores down in the States were very different than the Canadian stores.
Yeah.
So they've got to tailor it. But, March 2013, they shut them all down, and they're bringing back 25 stores. So there's nothing in the Durham region, unfortunately, but they've got one in Toronto, a couple in Toronto, actually, Ottawa, all over the place. So yeah, we'll see what happens with it.
Hopefully it stays this time.
Zellers coming back now.
Yeah, what else?
This is a really quick intro. This is actually taking place on February 4th and 5th. This is the 25th annual Port Perry Winter Antique and Nostalgia Show.
Fun time.
It's a fundraiser. So the admissions of $5 goes towards the fundraising, and they've got a lot of stuff that and nice to get out in the winter too. So
and it's always for a good cause. I'm all about that.
Visit Port Perry if you can. On a food thing, this is kind of interesting, and I didn't mention this to Mike before the show.
What's that?
Throw it at him here. So there's what's called Winterlicious in Toronto.
Winterlicious?
Winterlicious.
Who came up with that name and
this
why?
is actually put together by a version from the City of Toronto, and you can check online on the City of Toronto website here. And it talks about they're trying to increase the palate and the specialty foods from restaurants.
Okay.
The plates are not overpriced. Let's put it that way. They're actually priced so that people can try them.
Wow.
So lunches are like $20, dinners are like 25, and they've got all kinds of different price points depending on whether it's a 3-course meal.
I was about to say, how many courses do you get for $20 or $25? A normal meal to me is maybe $12 to $15.
Yeah, I mean, you have
so
a big
this is
meal.
a 3-course.
Well, some of them are, so it just depends.
Okay.
But they're building this
Good bang
for
for your dollar
winter
at that.
Yeah, just so people will try some new things that they've never tried before because they couldn't afford it.
Right.
So check out Toronto for that. Okay, very important.
That's cool.
Very good.
It's a great show.
We'll finish having our beaver's tail, and yeah.
I'm ready to eat, guys. Anyways, it's been a pleasure once again.
Yep.
And we'll see you guys next week, hopefully.
Sounds good.
All right, cheers.